did, nigga. I said, bro, let me holler at you real quick. No, I said, let me holler at you real quick. And cuz did like this, and everybody did that. I was like,
The atmosphere on the Love Hip Hop Atlanta set was electric, buzzing with attention that only reality TV can deliver. While cameras rolled, capturing yet another gripping chapter in a season full of intense drama. Not even the most experienced production crew could have foreseen the raw energy that erupted when Lil Scrappy and Khaotic shared the same scene. What started as a typical confrontation quickly spiraled into a fiery clash that left everyone stunned. The day kicked off like any other, with the crew gearing up to document the unfolding storylines and the usual reality TV chaos. But for Scrappy, this wasn't just another day in the spotlight. Family issues, relationship troubles, and the ceaseless pressures of being a reality star were weighing heavily on him. Yet today, there was something else, a more pressing concern that had him feeling uneasy. Khaotic, the brash newcomer, had stirred up controversy since joining the cast. With his sharp tongue and flair for drama, he loved to provoke. He wasn't shy about stirring the pot if it meant grabbing attention. For Scrappy, a seasoned veteran of the love hip-hop world, Khaotic's antics were more irritating than entertaining. Recently, though, Khaotic had taken personal jabs at Scrappy, mocking his past relationships and questioning his reputation in the love hip-hop realm. Scrappy had tried to let it roll off his back, but the insults were starting to get to him. The stage was set for a confrontation, driven by producers eager to add some heat to the episode. Initially, their exchange seemed like the typical scripted drama fans were used to. But the moment Khaotic started speaking, the tension in the room ramped. You've been on this show how long, Scrappy? And you still can't get your act together. Khaotic's voice was dripping with sarcasm, his smirk daring Scrappy to bite back. Scrappy's jaw clenched. Taking a deep breath, he struggled to keep his cool, but the fire in his eyes said differently. You better watch your mouth, he warned, his voice low but charged. Khaotic didn't back down. If anything, he ramped it up even more. Watch my mouth? Nah, I'm just calling it like I see it. You're not the same as you used to be. Face it, you're washed out. The words landed hard, like a hammer striking an anvil, and for Scrappy, they were the final straw. In an instant, his patience shattered. With a swift, determined movement, he slapped Khaotic squarely across the face. The crack of the slap rang out in the room, freezing everyone in their tracks. Both cast and crew gasped, eyes bouncing back and forth between the two men. Khaotic's head whipped to the side, his smirk replaced by a blend of shock and anger. For just a moment, it felt like the room collectively held its breath. Then Khaotic, regaining his composure, lunged at Scrappy with a furious shout. Security rushed in, creating a human shield between them. But the damage was already done. You think you can just slap me and get away with it? Khaotic snarled, fist tightened and fury pouring off him. Scrappy, catching his breath, stood firm. You've been flapping your gums for too long. Now you see what happens when you don't keep them shut. The tension was thick in the air, nearly suffocating. Cast members lingered on the edges, torn between stepping in or letting it unfold. Bambi, Scrappy's wife, watched nearby, her face a mix of worry and pride. She knew her husband well enough to realize that this was about more than just Khaotic's taunts. It was about family, respect, and setting clear boundaries. Producers hurried to calm things down, yelling for a break as security pulled the two men apart. Despite the crew's efforts to defuse the situation, the atmosphere crackled with energy. For Scrappy, that slap wasn't just a split-second reaction. It was a declaration he wouldn't stand for disrespect, not directed at him and certainly not toward his family. For Khaotic, it was a sobering moment, leaving him visibly shaken but still ready to fight back. What followed was a whirlwind of chaos. Cast members whispered amongst themselves, unsure if Scrappy had crossed a line or if Khaotic was finally getting his due. Producers frantically tried to manage the fallout, aware they had just captured one of the season's most unforgettable scenes. As cameras swept over the unsettled cast, one question hung heavily in the air: how would this change the group's dynamics? Would Khaotic strike back, or had he finally met his match in Lil Scrappy? And for Scrappy, had he secured a victory or simply fanned the flames of an already raging fire?